I would always do my eyeshadow trying to copy them, and I would be like, why does my eyeshadow look like I am not like a concealer and mascara and out the door girl, okay? The difference is that I make my makeup look so flawless and fitting to my face perfectly. So I heard you want to improve your makeup skills. Well, look no further. I'm going to show you exactly that. No BS. Let's get right into it. I'm going to show you the wrong way to do your makeup on this side and the right way on this side, okay? So I'm only going to moisturize on the right side of my face. And once the moisturizer dries a bit, you want to go straight in with a moisturizing sunscreen. Right now, I'm using this one by Isntree. And again, on the left side, I'm not going to go in with any skin prep because I know a lot of y'all be doing that and it is not good. The first mistake that a lot of people make when it comes to their base makeup is that they go way too heavy on the foundation. I'm going to be going in with the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I love this foundation. It's super good for oily skin, but it is very full coverage, so you want to be careful to not use too much of this. If you're using like way too much, it doesn't matter how you apply it. Like a sponge is obviously always the best way because it absorbs some of the product. In real life, if you just want to look good, you don't want all of this because people will be able to see the foundation right away. On the other side, I'm just gonna go in with just a little bit. This much is perfect. And I'm using my Real Techniques Beauty Blender because that's gonna give me the most natural finish. So next we have concealer. So these are the two concealers that I like to use. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind and this is the Maybelline Fit Me. Both great concealers. I don't feel the need to spend a ton of money on high-end concealers because these ones are just like they do a perfect job. I'm gonna apply the concealer the exact same way on both sides. I go in with the Maybelline Fit Me and I just go over my blemishes with this. And honestly, I mostly just have blemishes like here because I have a lot of acne scarring and I don't even really have many blemishes at all on this side. The thing is, you want to let your concealer sit for a while before you blend it in. So on the incorrect side, I'm blending it in right away. So that's already blended. But this side, I'm going to let it sit and marinate for a little bit. It needs to dry out just a little bit before you blend it so that you can get a good amount of coverage on the areas that you actually put it on. Otherwise, like especially in this super blemishy area, if I just blended it out right now, it would literally lift the coverage of the concealer almost completely and it would be like there was no point of me putting on concealer. The thing is, I have black hair, right? But I do not want to go in with a black brow pencil because that's just going to make my brows way too dark. It's going to make your face look heavy. It's going to make you look so intense. For me, I want to look like I have a softer face, and to achieve that, I need softer brows. So I actually want to go in with a brow pencil shade that's a few shades lighter than my hair. So on the incorrect side, I'm gonna go in with the darker brow pencil and just really like draw that in. You just don't want to go in with such heavy of a hand. We don't want Sharpie brows. Like that's not the vibe right now. That's the main thing, guys. Like I'm always wearing a full face of makeup. I'm not like a concealer and mascara and out the door girl, okay? The difference is that I make my makeup look so flawless and fitting to my face perfectly. This isn't even a bad eyebrow. I'm not saying that like the makeup on this side is bad. I'm not trying to like, you know, fucking color everything in and make it so bad, but I'm just showing like real mistakes that people make. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this part in first. It's kind of like a hard comparison on camera because one, I didn't even really have anything to cover on this side, but if I hadn't done this on this side, then it definitely would not have covered all the blemishes I have. And it still blends out perfectly and looks very flawless. Alright, so for the right side of my face, I'm going in with the micro brow pencil in the shade Ash Brown. So this one is just a shade lighter than this one, and I'm basically just gonna go in with a much lighter hand. You wanna put more product in the middle and the end, and when you get to the front, you just wanna go in with an even lighter hand. And another mistake that people make with their eyebrows is not using an eyebrow mascara or an eyebrow gel. So this one that I'm using is from NYX as well. It's called the Thick It Slick It. This is also in the shade Ash Brown, so it's a little bit lighter, and I just go in and apply it so it sticks up. That's the good side, and that's the bad side. You can really see the difference. For this last step, before I go in with a powder and set everything, I want to go in with my last wet product. We want to do all of the wet products first and then all the powders after. We don't want to powder and then go in with another liquid product because it's just going to look way muddier and it's not going to blend as nicely. I like to go in with the Rare Beauty blush at this step. This is in the shade Encourage. What I want to do when I do my makeup is I want to draw the attention and the main focus to the center of my face. I don't want to draw attention to how wide my face is. I don't want to apply blush so far to the side because then that's going to draw attention to this part of my face. For the incorrect side, I'm going to place the blush up here, and for the correct side, I'm going to place it in here. okay? And I'm gonna go in and blend that out, focusing it really in the middle, but also blending it basically to my under eye. So you can really see the difference there. And this brings the focus just to the side of my face versus this brings the focus to my actual features in the middle, right? I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. I'm not gonna set this side, but I'm gonna set here under my eyes, around my nose. For eyeshadow, I'm using this Estee Lauder eyeshadow palette. It's called the Celestial Glow palette. It's a limited edition eyeshadow palette that I just got as a gift, but honestly, you just need any eyeshadow palette where you have a brown shade that's like just a couple shades darker than your skin tone, and then one that's like darker than that. So I'm using these two right here. Basically, the mistake that people make with eyeshadow is that they don't do the right technique for their eye shape. So this was a problem for me growing up because a lot of the big makeup YouTubers that I would watch, they all have deep set eyes and really big double eyelids. And so they would all take this light brown shadow, and what they would do is they would go in the crease like that. Does that look familiar? You probably have seen this technique before for eyeshadow. And then what they would do is they would go in with a darker shade like this. And while this is a great technique with people with deep set eyes, it does not flatter my eye shape. I would always do my eyeshadow trying to copy them, and I would be like, why does my eyeshadow look like shit? Like, why do I not feel pretty even though I followed their tutorial exactly, you know? And I'm gonna show you the right way for someone who has my type of eyes, someone who has more hooded eyes. I'm gonna go in with that light brown shade. I'm gonna focus it more on my eyelid. You see how I'm doing it all over the lid, like right here, instead of in the crease? Not swooping up, but actually swooping down a little bit here. And then I'm gonna take that same light brown shade and I'm gonna dust some under my eyes as well. And you can do this all across the bottom like that. You can already see the difference between the two sides, and I'm sure you can see that already this side is much more flattering on my eye than this side. Next, I'm gonna go in with a smaller packing brush and go in with that darker brown, and I wanna put this all over the lid, but not any higher than my crease goes, okay? Just the bottom part here. And then take a little bit more, and I just want to put this darker brown just at the very end of my eye here. And a lot of the girls on this side, they would go in with that dark shade and put it all the way across. I'm gonna go in with this CoverGirl eyeshadow stick. It's called the Clean Eye Color. What I've seen a lot of people do is they take their shimmery shade and they'll do it all over their lid. For the correct side, all I'm gonna be doing is taking it in the inner corner and the front of my eye like this. If you put the shimmery shade on like this part of your eye, it can actually make your eye look smaller. I'm gonna take this shimmery shade and actually put it under my eye. Basically, you would want to smile with this little area that puffs up. You just want to like color that in with the shimmery shade. A lot of people, when they draw their eyeliner, they go up. Okay, wow, I low-key did that like so perfectly, but it's the wrong technique, and let me explain why. So one, I did the actual line too thick, and that closes off my eye more, and I also did it an upwards facing wing, which isn't the most flattering on my eye shape. Because my eyes are already upturned, this just makes my eyes look like so upturned, and it's not the most flattering, okay? On this side, I'm gonna go a little bit thinner with the line, and I'm actually gonna make it downturned. As you can see, it's a lot more downturned than this side. And this side is also much thicker, this side is thinner. So when it comes to curling lashes, a lot of people just clamp them down once, and that's it, right? This just is gonna create like an L shape, and it's also not enough if you have straight lashes like me. Basically, we just want to curl as close to the root as possible. You want to just slowly come out and up, release and clamp as you're going up so that it can be like a C-shaped curl. Alright, so I just put on mascara on both eyes off camera. As you can see, this side is so much more lifted than this side. Like, you can barely even see the lift here. The contour stick I like to use is just the Sephora contour stick. The main problem with contouring is, again, surprise, surprise, not contouring for your face shape. You might have heard that when you contour, you want to do like a 3, right? If you have like a very V shape, then sure, not for me. They would do kind of like come out here, something like that. For my face shape, what actually works is we actually want to contour all of this area, because like I told you guys before, we're drawing the focus to the inward part of our face like so. It's like we're erasing that part of our face. And then I just like to contour my nose. So I'm just trying to blend that. So this side is kind of blended out, and then I'm just gonna blend out this side, and you just want to take it all the way down. You see how this, it doesn't really do much for my face, versus this side, I look a lot more snatched. Again, and just draws the focus into like this area. I'm going in with the second powder blush. This is the Rare Beauty powder blush in Hope. For the side, I would be putting it up here where I put the blush previously, and here just focusing it more in the middle like so. And also I want to put some on my nose. As for highlight, you don't want it to look like it's just a chunk of glitter sitting on top of your skin. I'm gonna go in with just this. It's a very pretty shade, don't get me wrong. It's just very glittery as well, and I would put that on my cheekbones here. Honestly, on camera it kind of looks great, but in person it definitely just looks more like a powder. You can see, like I can see in the mirror how it is just kind of sitting on top of my skin, and it doesn't make it look like it's, from me, it looks like I put on a powder highlight. What I actually use instead of a proper highlighter, I've had this for so long the labels literally come off, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. This just serves as the most perfect natural highlight. And I do some on my nose as well. You can do some on your brow bone. She looks so good. If you can see that. Like, that is what I'm talking about. Next, I'm gonna move on to the lips. I'm going in with this lip liner from NYX. It's in the shade Sand Beige, and it's just a very natural lip liner shade that's just a couple shades darker than my natural lip. A big mistake that I see people doing is basically just overlining their lips way too much. There's definitely an art to overlining your lips. You can, by all means, do a little bit, but if you wanna look good in person, like, do not overline too much, because like you can totally see it in person, even if it looks flawless on camera, because the camera makes you look very 2D, but in person you can see everything. On the incorrect side, I'm just gonna overline my lip like that, versus this side I'm gonna not overline like at all on my top lip, and then my bottom lip I'm just gonna overline like tiniest bit, almost draw up a little bit on the side, lift up the corners of your mouth. If you are gonna use a lipstick over your lip liner, make sure you're like dotting it on and not swiping, because that just gives off like too much product. It's just gonna look like cakey and not good. This is the Rouge Dior lipstick in the shade 434. It's a gorgeous shade. Like, I honestly love this one, but I don't do it like this. I've been using lip tints instead of lipstick because, one, it stays on longer, and two, it just looks more natural. It's the Romand Juicy Lasting Tint in the shade Pink Pumpkin. I literally just, I do that much and I just buff it out with my finger. I love to finish with a gloss, especially over top a lip tint. So I'm just going in with this gloss from Tower 28. It's in the shade Magic, and it's just this glittery clear gloss. It's so gorgeous to layer. The setting spray that I'm using right now is the Until Dawn Mattifying Setting Spray, and this one is super good if you have oily skin like me. And that is the finished tutorial, you guys. And the funny part of this is that this side is actually my good side, and it still looks worse. I always pose like this in photos, but this side just looks so much better makeup wise. It really highlights my features perfectly, and this side, it doesn't suit me. It's not the most flattering to bring out my personal features. Thank you guys so much for watching my video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if any of these tips were new to you, or if this video was helpful at all. I would also love to know if you have any makeup tips of your own that I forgot to mention. If you've stayed this far, thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!